All right, welcome back to the shipyard and the USS Hadfield Star Trek Adventures campaign. Today, a little bit of tying up loose ends, a bit of setup, and a bit of continuity. So we've got our captain, our acting first officer, our scientist, and our chief engineer here. It's going to be a good day. We've got a lot on the docket, and well, let's dive in and have some fun. Uh,
Greetings!
there we
How are
go.
Yorn
you,
here.
Tree?
Yorn here, ready to have some fun with some genetic alterations.
Wait, hold on. What are you genetically altering?
Wait, what?
The sea monkeys?
I mean, they're always getting genetically modified, but I mean,
Well,
let's be
yeah,
honest. Let's be honest. Mikhail is also getting some genetic research done on him.
Well, let's
research.
take care of our
Well, I
genetic
haven't
research
injected
first,
anything
then
into
we
him
can
yet.
modify.
True, true.
Besides, we
Yes,
got a Borg drone to work with too.
we do. We do. So is that maybe where we should all get started? Or should we wait for Tucker to get off of California's parking lot?
That'll be some time. He'll come back to us when he's ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here. I just can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes.
We can now.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm actually. Oh no, there's the traffic again.
He actually got to drive for 20 feet.
Yeah. Well, we're off the 405.
Ooh.
Now we're on the 101, also known as the other parking lot.
The parking lots are interconnected. It makes perfect devious sense.
Yes. Well, okay. Then let's roll with this. I know as long as Chief Zip is actually around, he has much fixing to do in engineering, and by fixing I mean things that actually need to be set up, because there's a certain Ferengi with an electromagnetic pulse weapon who's giving you guys all kinds of problems.
What? Pasha?
Brasha?
Brasha? Whatever. Look, bad with names. Come here.
It's all good. So, although I guess I should actually make sure that John exists here. John, you with us?
He's muted.
He is muted.
But has he muted himself?
Yes, he did mute himself.
I do not know how I did that because I never clicked on myself, but okay.
Okay.
So you were talking with us for like the last half hour and you didn't know you weren't getting heard?
No, that was the other game.
Oh, okay.
Been there. All right. So you want to well, okay. So we've talked about a couple of things in terms of making the ship better for dealing with this electromagnetic pulse weapon. So we'll set this scene. You're at an engineering staff meeting, and you guys are now kind of brainstorming. You can have whoever you want in there. If you want Yorin in there, if you want the captain in there, however you want to do this, it's kind of the floor is yours to set this up.
Anyone interested in bouncing engineering ideas off of is welcome. I wish Vax was here too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can definitely say that Vax is in the room, so you have his character abilities there. You just don't have Chris playing Vax here.
Let's say that Tani is not there after repeatedly suggesting Borg technology enhancements.
I mean, Yorin wouldn't be much better.
Commander, I'll take it under advisement. I'll take it under advisement. I just keep saying that over. I'll take it under advisement. I'll take it.
Tawny's just got to put nanoprobes in it. It'll make it work.
I'll take
Hey,
that
it
under
worked
advisement.
79.
The Borgford 5000.
Okay. Right.
Will be improve-elated.
So we're just getting started then, huh?
Oh yeah, we're getting started here.
All right. All right. So let's set the scene. I guess we'll be in engineering. We'll be around the big middle console that everyone was always around in on the Enterprise D, I guess.
Pool.
What?
The pool
I love
table.
that console.
Oh, the pool table. Yeah. All right.
Well,
So-
here it's a little longer, a little narrower.
Yeah. So the
It's
idea
more
to
of
keep
a shuffleboard,
shuffle.
a curling rink.
Oh, I love curling.
Stop appealing to the Canadians, David.
Curling's
Hey.
awesome. USA.
USA won gold.
That's right. I watched it. That was an
Not,
awesome.
not
Yeah.
Not just for Canadians anymore.
No.
Does the Federation have a bobsled team?
Yes.
Good.
Unfortunately, the Andorians win gold every year.
And they still beat Jamaica. As awesome as it is to see them
Dang.
compete, I'm still happy to see them compete.
Yes. The Klingon bobsled team, little scary.
Yeah.
See, it puts a great picture in everyone's head.
Oh, yeah. It's
As
more
long-
streamlined if you don't have brakes.
Get that cable toss.
I mean, they do have redundant
The
entire
Klingons,
respiratory
honestly,
systems
the Klingons,
and built-in
honestly-
helmets.
The Klingons honestly just heard we had a sport called skeleton, and once they found out what it was, they were like, "Oh hell yes!"
Yeah.
No
They're like,
helmet.
skeleton?
No.
Yeah.
Literally, you're going down on a skeleton. That's how they do it.
Yes. The Klingons fashion their sleds out of skeletons of their enemies.
Mhm.
And they don't win gold. They just, everyone gives them the gold. And
Yeah, they're like,
Near our engineering pool table, there's a rather popular water cooler where we talk sports. Cool.
yeah.
I like it.
every engineering department needs one, honestly. Sort of.
I mean, so this is like an actual conversation that's going on in engineering right now.
Yes.
Yeah, this is how you get the blood flowing. This is how you get the juices going, and you gotta have a little fun. Right.
So I'm assuming you've got thing 1 and thing 2 there.
Oh yeah, no one can understand them, but they're excited.
Well, they're talking to each other.
Right. Exactly. And I'm gonna let them talk for a while, see what they hash out before I, ask them what the hell they're talking about.
Sure, sure.
So-
I'll make a little roll on that. Let you
Okay.
know. Oh, that's fun. They rolled the same number.
Of course.
Very
Was it
sick.
a crit? And did they figure it out for me?
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
did not roll crits.
Oh, okay.
They may have figured something out. I'll let you know.
Cool.
They're probably just agreeing on which sports team they follow.
They definitely did that. That's part of what they talked
Mhm.
about.
Mm-hmm.
They still haven't told us that, but we know they did it, probably.
The biathlon.
Sure, it's not pairs figure skating.
No, it's synchronized swimming.
There it is.
Anti-gravity swimming.
They are considering synchronized ice skating as a sport.
Ooh. How many ice skaters? 4? 6?
I don't know.
13?
The entire collective.
Haha.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so I do have one idea I'll throw out there,
All right.
because I don't like the fact that they screwed my ship up with one shot. I mean, our ship. I mean, the ship. Not happy.
You
I mean, we were out of commission for a week, I believe. So
It was a while.
yeah, it was a while, or a month. I don't remember. So first idea, something I tried to do on the fly, but it just didn't work. Is that if we can route the pulse through the structural integrity field, because if it hits the hull, structural integrity field's in place, we can divert the energy flow to any system we want: navigational deflector, the deflector array, the weapons arrays, as long as we.
The holodeck.
If we guess, but I figured important things.
Why has our holodeck been offline, Ta'ani?
Is it off?
The accusatory glare. Ta'ani just doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Well, consider that the holodeck can be converted into a large-scale replicator.
True.
Can we do that?
Yes.
What would we? But would lose cohesion outside the holodeck. So what would we replicate?
It's
generate?
not so much that's a limitation in the technology. That's an intentional factor placed there. When it passes through the archway, it is then intentionally dematerialized or broken down. Why do you think Moriarty was able to step off?
Oh, because it was.
Because it was fake?
Yeah, it was a fake. It's a holodeck inside of a holodeck.
Wait. Who invited you to this meeting, sir?
It is his ship. So
Numeri number 74362. And it's an expendable like service, sir.
Oh, right.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's my first idea. Well, it's the best idea I have at the moment. And we could use it to reinforce structural integrity fields themselves and just basically make the hull plating even better.
Can we infuse the hull with some vibranium?
I do not know what that is. I didn't watch that movie.
I believe the captain has been watching his old ancient Earth movies again.
Indeed.
Oh, I watched a bunch of old movies recently. Yes, I don't remember that though. Must not have been in the ones I watched.
One of the instances, superhero movies for movie night.
Mm-hmm. Was it something like the Obsidian Leopard? Hard to remember.
Sir, I think you mean Black Panther.
No. If that was it, we surely would have remembered such a simple name.
Of course, yes.
I don't know where to go with this, guys.
Look, just leave the captain and his dark felines to whatever. We were talking about redirecting power.
Yeah, so trying to mimic the old hull plating that the NXs had back in the day before shields were a thing. So if we could ramp up the structural integrity field, if we're hit with any impulse, then in theory we could divert the power along the hull into the exterior EPS taps and just redirect the flow. As long as we'd have to avoid overloading the buffer, so we'd have to beef those up. But possibly we could transfer the power to anywhere on the ship and just boost systems instead of taking serious damage again.
Cycle it around the hull and throw it right back at the target.
Maybe route through the navigational deflector. A little deflector shot.
I don't believe the deflector array is suitable to handle such a large quantity of power in such a short time.
No, it'd probably burn out, but maybe we could reinforce it somehow. Sorry, Captain. Broke up on me there.
Channel it through the shield emitters, because the shield emitters are multiple locations throughout the ship, so if you divide it amongst them, it'll spread the load.
I believe it would increase our shield power quite significantly for a short time, but I'm afraid that it would probably still burn at least one or two out immediately following.
I was thinking more of turning it back into an emission, so that as power flows through it's expended so that it never contains a large quantity of power at any given time.
I wonder if we could rig them to fire the E-impulse right back in their face. Or at least maybe
depending on how much power is thrown at us as it impacted on our hull or whatnot, redirect it through other systems as well. Just keep passing it around and spreading it out until it's a manageable level. Instead of trying to channel all one system at once.
Yeah.
Overloading.
True. I mean, if we're under this is probably going to happen if we're under attack, we could send it right into the weapon systems and discharge it through the phaser banks. They would probably be able to handle the load.
They're already designed for the high output and load states.
I like that too. Boosting the weapons. I still kind of favor the idea of boosting a structural integrity field, making the hull more resilient. But that would make more sense when the shields are down. We could do that as, say, a backup in case of shield failure. Okay.
Put a system in place so that you can spread it equally amongst the main systems, or divert it more directly into whichever one you choose at the time.
So we'd have to build
the old ancient Earth railroad system, where you have a switch that changes the direction from one side to the other. Same thing with the power flow.
So we'd have to build a switchable capacitor, a sufficient size, but in theory, we could use it as a temporary battery in case of power failures.
That's how you could utilize the holodeck factor. Use the holodeck to create the capacitors. So you'd have a capacitor in each active holodeck system that you're feeding power in to create that capacitor, and also store and feed the energy, and then redirect it as it comes to capacity.
Would not the high energy output interfere in the simulation?
Yeah, it could be potential interference.
But modern holodecks, you're actually replicating solid objects within the holodeck, so it would function as if it's a real device. You have to disable the safeties.
We'd have to deal with yeah, that's true. Materialize, so we start the program, materialize everything, get it linked in. We'd have to make sure we didn't blow out the holodeck systems when the energy transfer came through, or, potentially blow up a whole section of the interior of the ship doing so, but we'll run that risk with any kind of capacitance system. So,
and we've got multiple holodecks, so there's a redundancy already built in right there.
True. If it blows a holodeck, we could transfer to the next one. It gives us let's take a few shots.
Or it reaches capacity. Put like a safety in place. Once it reaches about 70%, 75%, channel excess energy to the next one. And we would be expending that energy through weapons and shields, structural integrity field. So with that much redundancy, we should be able to handle a large influx of energy safely.
It's true. I suggest we still build a real one, because if the holodeck systems are offline, we would lose that capability. But then the holodecks become a backup to the main, or the holodecks are the mains, and we have a physical backup. That might be a better way to do it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, got a few ideas here. Anyone else got any? We seem to be on the same track. We take the hit and redirect it through the hull into the system.
Into a lightning rod, yeah.
I think there's precedent for that. I think, which starship did that? One of the galaxies did something like that. Turned themselves into a lightning rod. I'll have to look up the specifics. I don't remember. I'll have to look through the records on that one.
Sounds like something the old chief engineer Scott would do. And I remember many stories of him in my engineering textbooks.
Oh, they still tell stories about him in Starfleet Academy, or in the engineering schools. He couldn't have done half the stuff they claim he did. I'm not sure I believe that, but
Okay. So give me a rundown of what you'd like to do.
So I think the basic premise is all about if we take the impulse to the hull, we use the structural integrity fields. We ramp up to basically polarize the hull. So when the impulse hits, we can route it through the fields into the external EPS taps or power taps that we use for, say, mooring to star bases, and then we can redirect the flow. Somehow, we got a lot of ways to redirect the flow. A lot of ideas here. Directly into the sheet deflectors, into the weapons, into these capacitors. Kind of liking the capacitor idea, just because it gives us a safety valve of sorts.
Okay.
I have another thought as a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
Given that EM pulses travel generally slower or at the speed of light, what about the possibility of engaging creating a subspace warp bubble around the ship, taking it out, if not partially or fully, out of normal space?
You can't solve everything with warp jump, guys. This isn't attack wing.
We don't actually physically leave
But if we could,
location. We just kind of pulls us partially out of phase, so it would have less, if any, impact on us.
A subspace warp bubble, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to establish a warp field in a fraction of a second, so we need an automated system, but we'd have to avoid jumping to warp, or we might just run ourselves right into the enemy.
It would be, we wouldn't be engaging the warp drive. We would just be creating the warp bubble.
And so in theory, it would follow the subspace fields around the ship and just exit the other side.
Exactly. Essentially pass right over us.
Okay.
That is the reason why that's a secondary plan, is there would have to be some kind of early warning system. We'd have to know it's coming first.
Well, we do have
happening
the sensor scans from the first attack.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's a huge timing issue. We'd have to run some numbers. Vax and I could run those numbers for sure.
The binars look at you.
Oh, sorry, guys.
When the binars have heard warp bubble, they kind of perked up.
I bet you guys could start running those numbers right now.
And they go,
seems something they would be specialized in.
Yes.
They look at you and they go, Chief, it would be tough, but we could probably do it. Give us some time.
Oh, I'm not asking for it right now. I'm just saying, why don't you go ahead and run some preliminary numbers. Get to me when you can.
We'll work.
If this is not going to work, we can abandon the idea. Come back to it later. Okay.
Don't use the holodeck for simulations just yet.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Okay. So I have split up what I hear you guys wanting to do into a series of tasks.
Task me. Okay.
Yes.
It's crazy.
We've all been tasked. So I'm not going to tell you how everything's split. I'm just going to tell you what the tests are, and then I'll tell you what you're doing.
Okay.
So Basically, need somebody who's good with reason engineering, somebody who's good with daring engineering, reason con, daring security, reason plus engineering or security, insight plus engineering or security, and control command.
Well,
I'll
my
take
bet.
insight engineering,
Okay.
possibly reason engineering if no one else is better.
My reason engineering is my max. It's 12 and
Oh,
5.
never mind then.
Yeah.
Control engineering is also close. Was that one of the options?
No, there's a control. No, there. No.
Is there any science?
There's a insight science.
Oh, that's me all the way.
Yeah, you're gonna need to be on that for a while.
Are we? Is this considered working with experimental technology?
Yes,
I believe so. I'm not the GM, but
Okay, so the insight science is developing the switchable capacitor.
okay.
Gotcha.
So,
I am on it.
all right. So these are extended tasks.
Yep.
I don't know if anyone remembers extended tasks, but
Not the details, but it's not something we're gonna like get done this session.
no. This is. I'm gonna let you guys make probably like two rolls at it, and you'll have progress. So the way this works is you will you have a difficulty that is like your standard D20 difficulty. Then if you succeed, you get to roll the challenge dice, the D6s. That determines how much work you accomplish. If you have 5 or more work, that's a breakthrough. Completing the work track is a breakthrough. And then the task has a certain magnitude, which is how many breakthroughs you need.
And what are our paths that we can take? I vaguely remember a thing about like having paths, and you choose one, and if it's the wrong one, you might not find out. Or
So that's like the entire scientific method.
right, that's what it was about.
So that would be a situation where you're presented with a problem, and you don't know how to solve it.
Okay, not a brainstorming session.
Well, that can come out of a brainstorming session, right? That's there's some sort of alien parasite infecting the crew. How do we treat this?
Wait, what? There's a brain parasite?
No, I was example. So
No brain parasites, but there are hypnotoads.
Not yet. Not ever, hopefully. I don't know, maybe. So, Yorin, go ahead and get started working on that switchable capacitor.
Excellent. So, what is my difficulty?
So this is a insight science with a difficulty of 2.
All right.
You have 4 magnitude and 15 work. This is a biggie.
Gotcha. Are we still offering you threat in this mission?
Yes. Oh yeah, this is
I believe the computer can help you. In fact, Vex could probably help you.
So here are the people who are allowed to participate.
Okay.
Tawny removed herself from the scenario.
Sure.
To do her own thing. So you have Zip, Vax, Yorin, the captain, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The Binars. The Binars are off on their own thing. They're going to be working on the warp bubble, which is another big one that actually is harder than the capacitor.
I'll help them out when I get a chance.
Yeah. But they're going to be on that for a while.
Okay.
And you can bring in a couple of random engineering grunts, like Fred.
Oh yeah, I need to deal with him later.
Or or other people who might be competent, you know.
What competence?
Yeah.
That's not what this game's about.
Anyways, so
The Orville.
but the ship does assist you because you are on the ship working in the laboratories of the ship. So let me actually dig up our ship stats because
We're a science
probably-
ship. That should be our biggest thing.
you would think.
It's definitely not security.
See, if I had really planned ahead, I would have already had this up. But
Nah,
no, who does that?
that'd be silly.
You so silly.
Tee.
Hadfield.
I'm up. Yeah.
Well, I found our dedication plaque. I'm sure that does us a lot of good.
Ooh, I like dedication.
Red sheet with the characters.
Oh, there it is.
Which one is the more current one, the Hatfield or the Had Cop?
Neither? Both? I don't know.
I mean, that's assuming Q hasn't changed our name while we weren't looking.
No.
Yeah.
This should
Go ahead.
it's whichever one has diplomatic suites as a talent. If it doesn't have diplomatic suites as a talent, it's not current.
Okay, I will check.
I remember someone installing those.
Anyways, would you like? Well, this is going to be computers science. Yes, you don't disagree with that?
Sure. Are those stats for a ship? I don't know what stats for a ship are even.
Sorry. So systems are engines, computers, weapons, structure, sensors, communications.
Mm-hmm.
And the departments are the same departments that crew have.
Command, con, security, engineering?
Yeah, science, medicine. Yep.
Gotcha.
So I think computer science makes the most sense.
Sounds good to me.
Great. Ship assists on a 15.
Gotcha.
Anyone can roll for the ship except Yorin.
I'll just go for it. I don't need any additional things for this until I roll. 1, 2. Oh, no, that'll do. That's 3 successes.
Wow. Urine likes this idea.
Experimental technology, man. I love science.
So then who is rolling for the ship?
Let's make it Zip.
Yeah, I can do that.
Let's make Zip do all the assists except for his main.
Okay.
Great. So roll 1 die.
Yep.
And tell me
4.
Yep, well, that's
Does the ship get focuses?
the ship does not have focuses, it has talents, but none of them advanced research facilities, that might be in play.
Especially on a scientific vessel.
Please stand by. Your query is vital to us.
We will get back to you with the ruling in 6 months.
Oh no, significantly less time than that. Let's look at this book here. Advanced research facilities.
Yeah, read it. I'm not sure if it fits, but
It may not, but I'm willing to at least read it and see.
yeah, I did read it, and it seems more like astrometrics on Voyager, research phenomena.
Oh, it probably is then. But what page was that on?
255.
Great, that saves me a little bit of time here.
I'm hoping I'm using the same version, but I did see diplomatic suites, so
you'll get me close if nothing else,
yeah.
Which I appreciate. Advanced research facilities. Yep, there we go. No, I'm going to say it does not. The advanced research facilities, whenever a character on board the ship attempts a task to perform research, the character gains 1 bonus momentum.
Yeah.
This is not research. This is development.
It's development. Instead of we're doing the D part of R&D.
Exactly.
So that will come in handy.
Maybe the Binars aren't doing the R part.
The Binars are definitely doing the R part.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had how many successes? 4?
4.
Great. So you've got 2 momentum to spend. So now you roll. It's 2 plus your. What did I just say? It was science. So you roll 2 plus your science d6.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
Clear that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. So the important ones are 1, 1, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Because 3s and 4s don't count.
Yes. So you said 1, 1, 5, 6?
Yes.
So
believe
essentially you've
4 and
got
2 things.
4, 2 effects.
I put those 2 effects into more research. I'm sorry, more development.
Okay. So you went for progression. Sure. I'll
Sounds like a plan.
let you do that.
Been there, done that.
So you made 6 work. Which
Huzzah.
is a breakthrough. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm a winner.
Okay. Cool. So you start getting in, you're in the lab and you've drawn up
You have
some
a breakthrough.
blueprints and you've started formulating and you're like, I think this will actually work.
Yes.
This looks to be a good route. No problems so far. Everything looks good.
We like it when things look good.
Yep. All right. I'm going to roll for the binars real quick. Would you like to spend momentum to give them another die?
All right, we got something, didn't we?
What are their what's their I don't have oh man, I didn't bring up their character sheets.
We got what, 2 momentum right now?
Yeah, we do. I forgot what they roll. So what are they rolling? They're rolling in same thing inside oh no, they're rolling for the other thing. That's right.
They're rolling control science.
Oh, they'll be okay. So they're rolling for a 12. Oof. Yeah, we might want to have them spend a momentum. Oh, but they have a focus in warp field dynamics.
Yep.
So they'll get crits on 3s.
They have difficulty 4.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. Will they get an assist from someone? I think we
the
can
ship.
Yeah, the ship's good. They'll have to run simulations.
The ship's
and maybe burn them, and we'll have them use a momentum too.
The ship's computers science with the advanced research facility.
And that did what again? I just read it and I forgot it.
That
they can spin momentum for more info, right? That's how it
It's
was.
no.
Oh, when they're assisted by the ship's computer, the character gains 1 bonus momentum, and so if the assist works, they get bonus momentum. They can spin for more. They have to spin for more info.
Which, given that this is a extended task, I'll let that be 1 work.
It seems
Because
fair.
that's like bonus info.
Yeah. Seems fair. Okay.
So momentum, yay, nay.
Yeah, I was saying give them a momentum, so that'll be 4 dice with the computer's help. That'll be 4, right? The computer's only gonna throw 1.
One of the basically they assist one another, so they roll a combination of 3 dice.
Okay. Okay.
One of them's lead, 1 assists. So
and then they'll get another. They'll.
So they're
Okay.
rolling 4 dice combined, plus
And-
then the ship's assist.
Gotcha. Yep.
All right. So good news. What did you say their to hit was? 12?
Yeah, what was it? It was control science. 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus crits on 3s.
So good news. They rolled a crit.
Good news.
Good news. They didn't roll any complications.
Gooder news.
But the crit was all they rolled.
Good news. The ship crit.
Oh, very good news.
Yeah. So they just made it.
But power coverage.
No, not that kind of crit.
Phew.
We've done it. By Jove.
All right. What's their science?
Their science is 3.
3? Yeah, that's not good. It's a good thing they have 1 guaranteed work.
Yeah. I imagine them high-fiving and completely missing.
Well, that's actually a pretty nice roll.
Oh.
Hey, they get a breakthrough.
Whoa! Well, they are awesome binars.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah, I rolled a 2 and 2 effects.
Wow. I might have to promote
So
these guys.
Don't get ahead of the game too much.
Well, they're not done yet, but they're on my Christmas list.
I can just see Zip's Christmas list. Not the Borg, not the Cardassians.
One side is
not Fred.
One side is the people who pissed me off, and the other side is the people who don't screw up.
The Binars.
Yeah, they're the only ones on there so far.
We like not screwing up.
Q. Actually, Q might be on your Christmas list so far.
He's in the middle. I haven't figured him out yet.
Wait. What about?
I might send him a card.
What about Bert? The bee?
Oh, Bart?
Bart.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bart's
Bart.
cool.
And Jimny.
Yeah, he was cool to hang with. I'll definitely send him a card.
A card.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't screw anything up, but we didn't really have to do anything. So.
All right, Chief, where do you want Vox going?
Vox. So I don't know Vox's character sheet.
Ah, yes. I
don't know what he's best suited in.
Let me find that information. I have it here, but my tablet is being weird. Vax. Vax is really good at insight and engineering. And then security. He might be your security guy. Also good at presence and then control.
And so I was looking at doing, because my reason engineering's maxed out. Which pathway was that?
Oh, that is reason. You said reason engineering?
Yeah.
Reason engineering is kind of essentially the project lead. You're kind of the guy in charge, the making sure everything's working, incorporating everything, all the data that's coming in.
All right, so we can set Vax on the path. So Yorn's working on the capacitor idea.
Yep.
And the Binars are working on the warp field. So that leaves Vax to work on the what's left? The deflector reroute or
Yeah.
deflector weapons reroute? Is that just one thing, or would that be two things? General power reroute, I guess. Right.
The things. There's many things that exist in my world here. There's a lot of small tasks.
Okay, so which of them? So you said he was best at insight engineering. So what path does that best fit? Or security engineering was the other one. Yeah.
He'd probably be good to start working on the shield emitters.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
I mean, his daring is garbage, but actually his daring's pretty good.
So is the shield emitters was daring engineering?
Well, yeah, you almost have to be stupid to deal with.
I'm just gonna stick this socket in the deflectors and plug the deflectors in. Yeah.
So there's the daring engineering and there's the daring security.
So his daring engineering's better though.
Yes.
What's that like? Total.
That's kind of. His daring engineering is 14.
Oh, I predicted it. Yay me. Okay. And will he have any focuses to help? I'm assuming he's got engineering focus, some kind, or.
He's got bold engineering, so if you want him to buy dice by giving me threat.
Bold!
How much momentum do we have at the moment?
1.
1. So the threat doesn't get us anything. Oh wait, it's by 1 dice for 1 threat.
Yep, and then he can re-roll.
And he can re-roll it. And that wouldn't count against buying a dice with momentum? It wouldn't be a 1-2 thing, it would be a 1-1 thing.
The first die you buy anyway, no matter how you buy it, is 1, then 2, then 3.
So he'd buy a dice with momentum, or he'd buy a dice and a re-roll with threat. Is what?
Yes.
Was it re-roll that dice or re-roll all his dice? Any of his dice?
I'm getting you a direct answer here.
Awesome.
Because I do want to make sure I'm telling you the right thing.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
It is. So this is why I need everyone here, so I don't have to run all their characters. You get to re-roll any D20.
Okay. So if he botches, we can re-roll that.
Oh, and he can re-roll another D20 because he has technical expertise.
Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe let's do this. Yeah, I'm liking that. We can
So essentially, he gets 1 reroll, and if you buy another die with threat, he's got 2 rerolls.
Okay. Can the computer, assuming the computer assists him, can the computer buy momentum? No.
No, the computer can't buy extra dice.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But we could have someone else assist him, like the captain.
I will say, he does have a focus power systems, so if you put him on the redirecting power aspect of all of this, he would have a focus there. And that's the daring engineering roll.
Okay, so he crit on like 4 or 5 then.
5. Yeah.
Or whatever his engineering is.
Yeah. So he would be well suited to take the lead on that, especially as your assistant engineer. That would be like
I think we got a plan here. I think we'll use his bold to buy a threat dice so we'll have 2 rerolls, and then his technical focus there will give us some crit range, I hope.
Okay.
And then we have a momentum, so if someone wanted to assist him, could they buy another dice with that momentum?
So if you wanted someone assisting him, like if you could justify someone assisting him, you don't have to buy the die. They're just then tied into assisting him.
Oh, no, I was trying to buy an extra die with the assistant. I'm trying to avoid paying the 1-2 penalty for 2 dice. I didn't know if the assistant got it their own.
Task that no matter who you buy it for, if they're all doing the same thing, I believe.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
No, so, well, a player, another character can assist.
Yep. Which adds another dice. That character.
But you have, yes, but you have to have a reason they're assisting, like a thematic reason for them to assist.
Okay.
So, like right now, this is. I'm going to say this is Vax kind of sitting there looking at the data from the previous encounters, trying to find a work through on all of this.
Okay. So we'll just use the computer.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. So I've got Vax's roll. Somebody want to get the computer roll?
I can do it.
All right. Again, this is the computer. Definitely, this is now computer engineering.
Okay.
So it's now 14 is the hit.
Oh, for the computer? Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Well, I hit 14 exactly. Woo.
Cool. I got Vax got 4 successes.
Oh, so 5 successes on that. I'll take that. Vax is a good man.
His difficulty was 3.
He is on my did not screw up list.
So welcome to 2 more momentum, folks.
I like that.
Now, D6 time. That's less than ideal. Well, the good news is he got effects.
Okay.
So that's 7 work. Hey, that's 7 work.
It works.
Is that a breakthrough?
That is 2 breakthroughs.
Oh man.
Through to the other side.
He's getting 2 Christmas presents.
Which now lowers the difficulty on that.
Or like the carnival, can he trade in those 2 for one bigger one?
You just got half the breakthroughs needed and a difficulty reduction. That's about as big of a breakthrough as you need.
I was talking about the presents for Vax.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Vax would like to exchange 2 small presents for 1 big present.
Oh, I can.
He's Ferengi. Even if you gave him a gigantic box of packing peanuts, he would feel better about it because it was big.
Makes sense.
I'll get something for his cat. He'll like that.
Ball pit.
Nemo could have assisted. Guys, Nemo could have assisted on this.
The heck is Nemo?
Nemo is Vax's cat from Q.
Cat right next to me. Role playing.
I know the cat's like, hey, what about me? Come on. You know, in that pissed off cat look that you always get.
So now you're saying the cat needs a character sheet.
Yeah.
You're assuming of a character sheet.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Remember the old...
Yeah. Pull that collar out.
All right. Who's next?
I guess it's my turn.
All right.
Not be a cruddy manager. So I am managing this operation, eh?
Yes.
With my I already forgot. It was engineering reason.
Reason engineering.
All right. I have a focus. The only focus I have a computer's focus and structural engineering focus. Will that come into play? If not, it's fine. I was just seeing if it could.
This time your computer's focus work. It's going to change every time around.
Okay.
thematically.
All right. So I'll crit on 5. That's nice.
All right. Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Now, how do the values work again? If I have a value that might apply.
Value that might apply. You can use your determination.
That's it. Determination. To reroll, right?
No,
which is an instant crit.
That's
okay.
You have a couple of options. You could use it to re-roll any of your dice, either your d20s or your challenge dice. You could use it to set a crit as an extra die.
Okay.
Like the first die you purchase
is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so I because I do have 2 determination points.
Yes.
Saved
so
up.
If you had I will tell you, this is magnitude 520 work, so you're not getting done with this anytime soon. But
yeah, so
project management.
You said the difficulty was 4?
3.
It was 3?
Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out, so I wasn't sure what you said.
Sorry, 3.
3, okay.
Trace.
Gotcha.
Dry.
Let's see. So I got my 2 dice. We've got 2 momentum, so I'll definitely buy a dice with momentum.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 dice.
That brings you down to 3.
And can the captain help me with this, since he's sort of a project manager on a big scale? Is there a way he can assist?
He could. He could also do his own thing. It's up to the captain.
What was that?
The captain can assist you, or he can do his own thing if he wants.
Oh yeah, do his own research. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
Okay. Oh yeah. I didn't think about. Yeah, we can do that. That'll be better. All right. So the computer would give me a 4th dice. Yeah, we'll go with that. And if I need to, I'll burn a value. Just like if I roll terrible botches and stuff. Oh well, sure. Let me make sure these values would work. So one of the values I'm looking at, one is engineer at heart, and the other is nothing better than practical experience. Would either of those work? I can also give you my other 2 values.
I mean, engineer at heart's really difficult to say no to.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on to it, but if it gets bad, okay. All right, 4 dice. Well, 3 dice, and then the computer. Okay. Right. Okay. That was close. So a 1, a 2, and a 19.
Okay.
So that's 4.
I mean, that's how you roll 4 successes.
Yeah.
And now, who's got the computer roll? Me?
Whoever wants it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
I got it. Oh, okay, go ahead. I don't know what I roll.
4.
Nice.
Wow.
Success. So
you're all on the do not screw up list.
Yeah.
Does not screw up list.
So that's what, 5 total?
That's 5 successes. Yeah.
Great. Enjoy 2 more momentum.
2?
Get on to that list. That's what I mean.
Yeah, 2 more, so you have a total of 4.
Well, I did burn one. So, so wouldn't that be 3, or was I off?
You got 4.
Okay.
Okay, so roll. I think 76, because I'm assuming your engineering's 5.
It is.
All right.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, really? Okay. I was like all high numbers. Okay. So so I have 1, 2, 3 5s and a 6.
Was that a 1, a 2?
Oh, as a single 2.
A 2.
Yes. So
okay, and then
3 5s and a 6, and then I tossed away 2 4s. So I ignored those.
Okay. So you've got 10 work.
Oh man, I am a project god.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's a breakthrough.
That's how you be chief engineer. Get really old so you get really good at stuff.
I mean, sure. Alrighty, Captain. What
Alright.
would you like to do? You want to work on incorporating the holodeck into all of this?
Absolutely.
Well, I should ask: is your control command any good?
Well, I can't locate my character sheet at the moment, and the two spreadsheets that you have are contradictory for stats. So that's why I was hoping you could.
Tell you what you're actually good at.
Yeah.
Everything.
Your control command's okay.
What's the control on that one? Is that 8? Or...
8. Yeah, you go on this. I have you at 8, 9, 10, 12, 10, 9.
Okay, so it's the head cop. That's the current one then. Okay.
And then 4, 2, 2, 2, 4, 3.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. So then we might be looking at your. Would that be better? Would your daring security be better? No. No, it would not. Let's go with your control. Let's go with your control command. You want to incorporate the holodeck. This is your baby. Figurative baby, not literal. Figurative.
Yeah, we
literal
don't want another artificial intelligence like the Galaxy did.
Well, roll me 2 20s and let's see what happens.
3 and 13.
Okay, that wasn't. Yeah.
All
right.
That's not what I expected.
The ship still assists you because apparently it assists everybody. So we'll give you the computer's command because that's a thing. Zip. Roll me a die.
Yes. Got it.
Roll well.
10.
You rolled well. All right, Captain, you succeed.
Excellent.
Roll for me. 6d6.
Coming right up.
Let's see if you can incorporate this holodeck.
2 1s, a 2, a 3, and 2 4s.
What?
2 1s and a 2. Should have rolled better.
Oh.
50-50.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You did half the work. So,
Hey,
you started incorporating the holodeck. You can definitely see the progress going on here, and it makes sense because you can't actually finish incorporating the holodeck until some of this other work's been done on this whole project.
The main reason why this one's taking longer is because there's a lot of coding involved in repurposing it for this task. For this
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
At this point, it's also you've signed the paperwork and given your access codes, so you don't have to be bothered anymore if you don't need to be bothered, which is also useful.
The ball she is rolling.
Yes. All right. So you all spend the rest of your duty shift. Like this has taken up the entire duty shift working on this stuff.
Yep.
And at this point, it is. It's a very worthy cause. So at this point, it's time to call it a day. Okay, so Jorn's just said in the middle of the research lab or the development lab. you have a little cot set up there.
I mean, I spend a lot of time in here.
Yeah.
Is it a gold cot?
I mean, Vorda's, we don't have beds. Have you ever seen a Jem'Hadar ship? They don't have beds.
No, I have not, actually.
Heck, even the Minbari have beds.
In fact, Vorda can sleep standing up.
Oh, that's handy.
Can they sleep hanging upside down?
If we still had our tails, yes.
Very well. Harness it is then.
How many hours of sleep per night do you require?
Well, we were built and bred for efficiency, so if we have not done extreme strenuous activity in the day, 4 hours is plenty.
That's what I was going to
Okay.
say.
We're space elves. Oh wait, those were the Romulans.
And the Vulcans.
But they need sleep, don't they?
Romulans are the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they can go a few days without. Well, a couple days without.
Meh.
Meh.
Meh. All right. So,
Well, if it's the end of shift, it's getting on towards third. It's getting close to third shift. I'm gonna go into my office and call. Was it Ball or Inez that's on the ship?
Classic movie night.
Fred. It's Ball. Fred Ball.
Ball. Yeah, I'm gonna call him into my office.
All right.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll work on just paperwork until he gets there.
Good old paperwork.
All right.
No paper. Okay.
A few minutes later.
Ship anymore.
Well, the figurative pad work.
It's probably
I don't know.
accurate, yes.
I don't know, Chief. Maybe you do use paper.
For the Christmas cards.
Oh.
Definitely.
He's getting an early start on his Christmas cards.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I literally
that,
I did write down everyone who's not on my didn't screw up list, so
it is subject to change.
yes, I can rip cards up just as easily as I make them. It's not big.
Your pad is also.
Isn't it so much more satisfying?
It is kind of satisfying. Oh.
All right. A few minutes later, you hear the standard door chime. Did you?
So I keep working and say enter.
Chief, you wanted to see me?
Oh, I did, Ensign. Yes, I did, Ensign. And I was just looking over your performance. You're not screwing up. I think that's a marked improvement.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I've had some time to think. Starting tomorrow, I'm moving you to second shift impulse control. We'll rotate you out after tonight's shift. Just keep not screwing up. That's a dismissed.
Thank you, sir. He walks out a little sheepishly, and right as the door closed, you see him do a little fist pump.
I'll admit Q got to me a little bit, so you know. But I admitted only to myself.
Fair.
And everyone listening.
Well, yes, but hey, none of you know what lies for Garrick.
None of you
All
know
right,
what lies beneath.
That wasn't ominous from the DM at all.
No,
Never. We don't do that sort of thing around here.
No, not at all. Ta'ani, where might we find you?
In space, no.
I have literally no idea.
Oh. End of duty shift?
I totally see her just walking around mindlessly of the ship. Just
She doesn't sleep either.
no idea.
Well, let's see. End of shift. I mean,
She got some more emails to delete? Sorry.
maybe. Probably. Let's see. So, okay. Actually, can I ask for a favor?
Yeah.
Can we? I have no idea what I want Tani to be doing right now.
Okay. Want to come back?
Did you? No.
You want to interview Mikhail?
No. I was going to say, can we jump over to Gil for a second? Actually.
Sure.
And can you just have someone come into sickbay?
Okay. Anyone want to come into sickbay? Main character wise?
Headache.
Sorry, what was that?
What'd you say, Nick?
The captain has a headache.
Okay, the captain has a headache.
Perfect.
So we watch, camera in sickbay, and we see the doors open, and the captain walks into sickbay.
Hello there, Captain. What can I do for you?
Oh, I've got a headache. It's just staring at the screen all day, working on my latest
yes,
project.
of course. Stay a while. I have something for that.
What the heck is this?
Is there something wrong, Doctor?
Oh, no, not at all. It's just my friend Christian, Ensign Edison, you know him, was complaining that my Ida's face right there was amazing. Anyway, Christian was saying that my voice was a little bit too piercing for him, so I've decided to experiment with some other options.
I'd say keep experimenting.
Well, you can stuff it.
Perfect. Ready?
I'm sorry?
Is it Thanksgiving already? I like stuffing. It's one of my favorite Earth holidays. At least for the food.
Let me tell you one of my favorite jokes. What's the difference between... What's the difference between you and a sick duck?
I hesitate to ask.
I forget the punchline, but your mother's a whore.
Doc, I think you need help. Unfortunately, the engineering team's rather occupied. Maybe after you give me something for this headache, I'll take a look.
I don't understand. I looked up this voice. It was a very popular episode of an old television show. People kept referencing it needlessly for years.
I think you hit the nail on the head with needlessly.
All right. Well, I'll keep trying then. Anyway, here's something for the headache. Hypospray.
I hope he said that too. Hypospray.
Actually, sure, why not?
Did he pull it out of his armpit first?
I want the doctor to narrate his actions. Running over to the console. Grabbing a pad. Scanning you with a medical tricorder.
Oh, jeez.
I just love scanning for pathogens.
Scanning for pathogens, pretty little pathogens.
Why are you there?
So
You
anyway,
shouldn't be there.
I'm trying to find an in-character reason to not always be screaming in Gilbert Gottfried's voice when he is.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, it's.
As much as I enjoy it.
Oh, I can definitely use this. Go for it. Keep going.
I like working it into the story the way you're doing. So, good on you for that.
Is that helping at all, Captain?
Starting to feel a bit of relief. Pressure's abating. Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, you're very welcome.
At least your medical skills are consistent.
Oh, yes. I wouldn't want to mess with any of my core programming.
Thanks. If you have any more difficulty, then do check in. We'll make sure that you get looked after.
Excellent. May I make a request, Captain?
Of course.
Well, it seems that my choices of popular figures from Earth's history are somewhat asynchronous with the rest of the crew. Perhaps you might want to, or you might be willing to ask around for me and see if anybody has any suggestions.
Oh, I'd gladly do that. But another suggestion, why don't you start joining us for retro movie night?
Oh, I'd love to.
You can not only take in the experience, but you can also watch the crew and see how they react.
Ah, fascinating. A real-life study. You have quite a treasure there in that movie night.
Do you expect me to walk?
What?
So, Doctor, do you expect me to walk?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not getting the...
Doing the Connery Bond voice, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but I can't exactly say, no, Captain, I expect you to die.
No. I gave you a setup. It's all good.
The
Mr.
better
Captain.
setup would have been, do you expect me to live?
You know, sarcastically, you go, no, Captain, I expect you to fly. It's all good. It's all good. Try.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone there either.
All
All right. Feel
No,
free
Captain.
to... I was just
It's like,
gonna say,
no,
feel free
Captain.
to-
Go.
I was going to say, feel free to go back to the other folks if you want.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
no, Captain. I expect you to get on the ground and lick my boots.
That,
Yeah, not gonna happen.
No.
That's when the
That's
level
how you know
diagnostic calls. Yeah.
Brad,
Yeah, it's like,
Brad,
that's how you know something's
Oh,
gone wrong with the EMH.
By the way, one more thing quickly. Sorry, I made a joke that I can't explain on the air, but remind me, and I'll explain later.
Okay.
Right.
I'll take Famous Horseman for 500. All right. Okay, so Captain's been to sick bay. Sick bay's been to sick bay. Chief Engineer's been with his ensign project. Yorin, that leaves you.
You're in luck.
Yes.
Where are you going?
After a long day spent developing brand new technologies for the glory of the Federation, to my great honor.
Victory is life.
Indeed. And it's always
Wait,
worth
wrong
it to go
faction.
more towards victory. He meets
Yes.
up with Mikhail in 10 forward, or whatever our equivalent is.
We haven't named that. We probably should.
Because
it's not on deck 10.
9 forward.
Smaller ship, it could
Well, what
be
did
6
How big is our ship?
4.
How many decks we got? Who's got more decks?
Don't ask a man about the size of his. No, never mind. I want to say the Luna's got like 20 decks, 22.
I thought it was 15.
It might be. Tucker sent me something, and I looked at it, and I don't recall off the top of my head.
We'll make it 4 forward because it's very awkward to say.
4 forward.
Okay, let's see.
That's too hard.
Looking
I don't
at
like it.
one of the unofficial ones. We call the bridge deck 1. We got 2, 3, 4, 5. Deck 7 looks like.
Well, let's
It
see
would
the
be
Titan.
the lower edge of the saucer, because that's the one that would have the right position.
See, the Titan called their lounge the Riding Club.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't name it after a deck or a.
Well,
and we don't have an all access pool hall on the holodeck.
It's a Luna class, so we could call it the Moon Room.
The Moon Room.
Where everyone has to wear moon shoes.
We should call it like the Tabletop Simulator.
That's definitely a sound for a holodeck lounge.
True.
Are we even equipped normally with a lounge? Is that something we need to equip?
Yes.
This site says there are 17 decks And then the sensor pod has 2 decks that don't count towards the 17. I don't know if that... Yeah.
Sounds good enough for me.
Deck 7.
Deck 7.
Lucky 7?
Mm-hmm.
The Science 7. I don't know.
The Galileo 7.
Nothing bad ever happens with that name.
No!
Call it the Slevin. Lucky number 7. I don't know.
No. Yeah. We'll put a pin in that.
All right.
There's going to be a vote, a whole like.
All right, listeners, we're taking submissions.
But there's going to be like a whole vetting process amongst the crew, and yeah.
So I'm in the lounge with a strange bubbling drink that seems to change colors between green, blue, and black.
And Colonel Mustard.
Some said that's had soda added.
It looks like it could be carbonated, but you can't really tell because, well, every time it changes color, it also seems to change consistency.
Sumerian root beer.
Huh.
Exactly. And sitting across the table, we have Old Man Mikhail, also drinking something a little less wild and crazy.
Prune juice.
Prune juice.
Warriors.
Would Worf still have been on DS9 when I came through?
Yes.
I definitely learned that from.
No, he left.
Right,
he left immediately after. Yeah.
But I heard stories about him
ambassadorship
from a very friendly Ferengi bartender.
Yeah.
Morn's still there, isn't he?
Morn is still there.
Morn.
Morn will die there.
Morn is. Life is Morn. Morn is life.
Because apparently he's super talkative. We just never hear him to speak on screen.
Yeah.
He's usually.
But he never shuts up. Yeah.
Exactly. So Morn probably has all sorts of stories like that.
Oh yeah.
So I believe it's possible you would have heard of it.
Oh yeah, you heard of prune juice from Morn and Quark.
Oh yeah, Morn just talked my ear off. He was a very interesting. So I learned about this drink from a fellow named Norn.
Gorn?
Oh, I'm sure it's not important, but I learned about this drink that it's supposed to be very good for the digestive system. It's called prune juice. What do you think of it?
It certainly tastes healthy.
Yes. I've fallen part. Even though my taste buds are not as evolved as my sense of hearing, I find it interesting to try local beverages of varying sorts. You must indulge in the culture. There's always something new to learn, especially for myself. It's always a very different experience than what I hear from everyone else. You have been interested in this. I've been trying this prune juice, but when I tried it, it tasted little more to me than a slightly thick water. Perhaps I do not have that taste bud evolved. Maybe you do.
Don't worry, you're not missing much.
Oh well, I'm sorry. It doesn't agree with your tastes as well, but yes,
it tastes like something you drink because somebody said you have to drink this to live. Tastes like medicine.
Medicinal value is always something that's worth pursuing, but you're seeming awfully rather healthy and spry lately. How did your medical examination go on when you came on board?
That doctor of yours said I was the healthiest one of my kind he'd ever seen.
Oh, that's so funny because you're the only one he's ever seen.
That explains it. I'm surprised he didn't say I was the closest to death he'd ever seen.
All the same, we are all eventually going to die in this great big universe, but not all of us get to explore it like you do. And Yorn will picks up his pad and goes through the information on Mikhail's medical record, because he is basically Yorn is basically the sponsor, patron,
legal guardian.
there we go. Looking for anything interesting or strange that might pop out to him regarding a solid humanoid race.
Ooh, let's have you make an insight medicine roll.
What? That's crazy. That's only my second best skill. Do I have difficulty or just go for it?
I'm gonna say just go for it, and you're gonna learn stuff based on your successes. This isn't actually a mechanic in the game, but I really like it.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so you kind of notice he seems that he is in fairly good health for someone of
Estimated
what looks
age.
to be fairly old age. 80, 90 in human years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, think 23rd century. No, 24th century. 24th century. Late 24th century. So average human lifespan's like in the 110, 120s, 130s at this point. I forget what McCoy got up to.
He was over 130, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So, yeah. So
it was an exceptional.
Mikhail probably has another 20 to 40 years in him.
That's plenty
if
of
all
time.
goes well. Now, you do notice that there were some minor things that if he had lived on his planet, he probably would have succumbed to those fairly easily. But now with Federation medicine, no problem whatsoever.
Guys, I got to step away for a second.
Okay, no problem.
Cool. Excellent.
So, those are things just like, pneumonia, for instance.
Mm-hmm. Easy things that that it's a miracle he didn't die from before on his primitive world.
Yes. I mean, even a bad case of bronchitis. It's not even big things, not like cancer or anything like that. Just relatively simple care and even just temperature control.
Mm-hmm. At least they were proud enough that they were probably very good with sanitation.
Yes, he didn't have parasites or anything in him.
Excellent.
Nothing super weird. There are some marks of things to keep an eye on, but nothing abnormal for somebody of that advanced age.
Mm-hmm. And physical capabilities? Or Vulcanoid?
Well, oh no. I'd say probably slightly. Well, probably below average humanoid. Only below average because of age.
Yep.
I do know older people are capable of just about anything, but Mikhail, just because of where he was born, raised, spent his life not having the care. He's not in a position to go run a marathon or anything, but perfectly capable of living day-to-day life.
Yep.
Certainly not going on away missions anytime soon.
So,
mostly because he's not Starfleet.
Yes. I'm actually quite impressed, Mikhail. Your test results came back very well. You actually have quite a lot in common with a lot of the other members of the ship, despite all the apparent differences, it looks like.
Oh, one thing, little iron deficiency.
Little iron deficiency. Fair enough.
Just gonna throw that
But-
out there.
But I am sure it has been a wild and amazing experience for you so far.
Well, I have to say, I never thought I'd see the stars this way.
To see them all around us. How many days has it been since he's joined us?
Uh,
A couple weeks?
yeah, about
Or-
3 weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
And this is after the Q thing.
Yes.
What did we do that jumped the timeline?
That is so the mission with the ghost computer hasn't happened yet.
Oh, gotcha. The philosophy.
Yeah, the philosophy philosopher daughter ghost in the machine ghost rider thing that hasn't happened yet.
No ghost in the shell.
Right. That not there yet. That was the big time jump.
Gotcha.
We just kind of had a natural time progression between the end of that whole Omega Draconis mission and then the start of Q. Although that did have Q visited right at the end of that one. So yeah, maybe it's only been like a week
Cool.
for Q. Yeah.
So last time we talked about how you were adjusting to the ship. We did end up getting you your own quarters. How is that working out?
I have never known that I could eat this much food. There's always stuff. I just,
oh yes, replicators.
I press a button. I say, "Computer, I want a steak," and there's a steak. Or computer, I want a glass of water. It's right there. How are you people not like 400 pounds?
Well, for some of us it is a difficulty, but we have finally learned to control ourselves over many centuries of work. Well, I myself was born this way, but the rest of them I'm assuming so.
And have you had chocolate pudding?
Oh yes. I always love seeing people's reaction to that one. It was very smooth.
I'm eating it every night.
Now, be careful. Don't go too overboard. There is a lot to take in, and we want to make sure you're around to as long as possible to keep taking it in.
Small bowl. Small bowl.
Small bowls, of course. But according to, if reading this report is anything, you are quite fine in how you are going here. I'm glad you are enjoying it.
It's a whole new world, Yorin. It's a whole new
No singing.
world.
Yorin's not a good singer. Vorta are not very good with the whole arts thing.
They probably don't have the vocal cords for it.
Very left-brained.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Have him ask me about the hat.
So, Yorin,
Hmm?
when I met you weren't wearing a hat.
What? Oh, this thing?
What?
Oh.
Is that standard?
Sometimes I forget I put it on. I was merely examining it in the science lab in between certain tests this evening.
Uh-huh.
This.
Where?
Oh, this, my friend. This is from someone whose experience is as far beyond mine as mine was before yours when we picked you up. Hopefully one day I could reach that level. Can you imagine it?
I I don't think I can.
Of
'Cause
course, of course.
I could
I've had
hardly imagine all of this. And now you're telling me there's even more? I don't think it's possible, Yorin. I don't think it's possible.
Indeed, it's fascinating, is it not? It's especially interesting to get the perspective of someone new who is seeing all this for the first time in your wondrous attitude. I always it's always refreshing to know that when I am indulging in new cultures, there is someone who can also indulge in the ones that I am used to, and sharing that with someone else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Life is better when we can share it.
Yes, I'll drink to that, and Yorn will take a big gulp of his drink that just turned the dark black bubbly color, and he'll choke a little bit on it. It's like, ooh, ooh, that is strong.
Mikhail takes a swig of his prune juice and kind of makes a shocked, almost like when you drink lemon, the kind of like puckered face.
Sour face.
No, like ugh, the not agreeing with your throat face. Okay.
But yes, I'm always glad that we have this time to spend together. I'd hoped to have more time to show you around the ship and converse with you, but it's been a very wild week on board here on the Hatfield in the recent times. We have a Borg to study that I've been working on with Commander Ta'ani. There was the incident where I got this wonderful hat. Oh. But I think in a few days I will have plenty of time to go over all sorts of things with you as we explore and plan out for future possibilities. What do you say?
It sounds good to me, Yorin. Well, and you know what they say: if you can't go out and explore, find a comfy chair, a good drink, not prune juice, but a good drink, and let the world come to you.
Indeed. Oh, yes, and I will also be looking into seeing. I did not get a chance yet, but I know you were interested in seeing the astronavigational array. I am sure, or we have like the thing in Voyager where they had 7 of 9 used to work in like the last 2 seasons.
Astrometrics.
We have one of those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's new standard.
Yep. I'm still working on getting you permission for that. Maybe we can go there on my next day off.
I've also heard about your holodeck.
Ah, yes, I remember. That was Commander Ta'ani was saying something about restricting access to it for now, but that was for all of the crew. But we're working on seeing what we can do about that. Something about too many power requirements. I'm not too sure. I've been very busy, but I will definitely look into that as well.
Okay.
If you thought it was interesting getting any kind of food you wanted out of the replicator, imagine being any place you can imagine.
Well,
imagine.
I only know 2 places. I know my home, and I know this ship.
Oh, of course! How silly of me. I will definitely prepare a suitable world hopping tour program.
And of course, I've read the Dreams of Sanvana. Very, very interesting book to read. Very, very scary. It kept me up many nights.
Yes. I'm sure that. Yes. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. I think I may need to see a counselor, but not her. Would be weird talking about how her dreams have affected me with her.
It would be strange, like meeting a celebrity. Did you have celebrities?
looks at you funny.
That's what I thought. But yes, many things for the future, definitely.
For
And
the
then
future.
clink the glass, have a swig, and probably small talk for another short while before retiring for the night.
Yes. And then when you retire, he goes to the bar.
And gets a giant chocolate sundae.
Something like that. and just hangs out. And,
of course, when I go back to my quarters, and I make sure to very deliberately record the vital statistics on all of his medical records, and gaze a little bit at my aquarium full of my genetically altered sea monkeys. As one shoots by, shooting out a little tiny bolt of plasma in the water and zooms across the side of the tank. Like, not yet. We'll have to see what he thinks about it. And then he turns around and assumes his sleeping posture of, well, at least sitting cross-legged and closing his eyes.
Okay. Good night, Yorin.
He has no sinister thoughts or intentions whatsoever. No, it's perfectly reasonable, making things better.
Completely.
Besides, we have so much work to do with second of 3 first.
Yes.
All right,
All
who's
right,
up next?
Captain.
Aye.
You headed anywhere or back to your quarters?
Back to the quarters.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe put on a retro movie.
Okay. So
Leopard or whatever it was.
So when you get back to your quarters, you attempt to
I'm back,
open
by
the
the way.
door. Cool. You attempt to open the door, and it won't open for you.
Computer.
Beep beep boop boop.
Why are the doors to my quarters not responding? Computer?
Doors were locked on your request.
When was this request made?
22 minutes ago.
Computer location of captain.
The captain is outside of his quarters.
Are there any life forms inside my quarters? Are there?
There are no life forms detected inside of the captain's quarters.
Override. Open my quarters.
The door's open.
I peer in, just kind of like poking my head in. Computer,
It's dark.
did I get...
Your quarters are dark.
Lights.
The lights.
Computer, lights.
Lights start to come up. And you see your chair in the corner turned backwards, and the corner is still dark.
I step in enough that the doors close behind me, assuming they close behind me.
They close behind you.
Shall I say hello again?
I I was wondering how long it would take you to get in here, Captain. It's about time.
I'm a busy man. Do I recognize the voice?
Yes, it's the Cardassian.
Okay. I had a feeling.
Yeah.
What can I do for you today?
Well, I'm back.
So I see, or rather, I don't see.
He swivels the chair and stands up.
Shall I offer you a drink? Canar, perhaps?
Oh, no need. On second thought, we may both need a drink for this.
Walk over to the replicator. Call for a full bottle and 2 glasses.
I'll start by saying your first officer is fine. She's in the ship. So
She damn fine. Sorry.
So on
Back
your
on board this ship.
she'll come back. She's free to come back whenever she wants and whenever you want. But I need to talk to you.
Then let's talk. I motion him over to a pair of seats where we can sit together with the table.
Okay.
So what do you have for me?
Well, I found your Federation spy.
Eyebrow perks up. Do tell.
The commander, Commander Lewis. She's in my brig. She's yours.
Remain there, or will Starfleet be regaining custody of her?
She's yours if you want her.
We do.
Okay. It's easy. I mean, this whole mission was, if you want her, you can have her. If not, I'd proceed back to Starbase, give her to Admiral Shelby. There is one complication.
Shelby gets her in the end, but we'll have some questions for in the meantime.
Fair enough, Captain.
Thank you.
One complication.
Oh?
Commander Denning and I were ambushed.
What happened?
Three of my men, or 3 men I've worked with in the past, were waiting for us.
Mm-hmm.
We took care of them. But my network of trust is not a network I can trust anymore.
Am I able to help in some way?
3 people knew where we were going. Yourself, the Admiral, and my boss. I trust you, Captain. We have a long history. We don't always get along, and we do not have the best relationship, but one thing is true. We have not betrayed each other.
And we have never lied to each other. We may not have revealed everything, but I have never lied to you, and as far as I can tell, you have never lied to me.
Yes. I'm not at liberty to discuss who my boss is, as you may understand. The time may come when I do, but right now...
Ask that question, and those like it.
Yes. So, 2 possibilities exist. Mm-hmm. Your Admiral sold me out, or my boss sold me out. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I would be thinking the same thing in your shoes. My boss sold me out.
Personal biases aside.
Yes, I understand even hinting at the thought of a Federation admiral selling out a contact and a Federation commander to be highly improbable.
Mm-hmm.
But you and I both know the history of Federation admirals.
Indeed.
Now, I am well aware of Admiral Elizabeth Shelby. Her service record is impeccable. But she is also a loose cannon, I believe she was described as.
Yes, but she tends to wear her disputes and her scruples on her sleeve.
Yes. And you must also admit, I am not the most reputable of people. And so
Yep.
she may have wanted me out of the picture. And it could have been that those people were there to ambush me and not the commander.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. I need you to dig deeper. You have better ways of contacting and getting answers out of the Admiral that if the questions come from you, you're more likely to get answers than I am. You dig there, I dig around with my boss.
Given the seriousness of this situation, I will definitely make it a priority. I will not compromise my command, but I will do my best for the security of the Federation.
I'd never ask you to compromise your command, Captain.
No
It
doubt.
is better for both of us for you to be in command of this ship. I like having a friend, if I may call you a friend, an acquaintance, who is the captain of a starship. It has some perks. It doesn't mean I can get away with murder, but it means that
Right.
I can come in and talk every once in a while.
I would appreciate some sort of warning first. Doesn't have to be public, of course, given the nature of these meetings. But I would be more at ease not to be taken off guard by these sort of meetings.
Oh, fair enough, Captain. But Captain, you really should change your authorization code.
I do, daily.
Maybe I'm just that good.
Or maybe you have other sources of information.
Maybe I do. Well, maybe you should tighten your circle too.
Indeed.
I don't know. These are interesting times, and I believe that is a Chinese curse.
Yes. And while this is certainly not a traditional association of ours, I won't judge it by face value, and I value what you have contributed. So for the time being, we will work together as long as the goals are mutual.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll be leaving. And when I leave, shall I send Commander Denning here? That's as good a
Please.
place as any. And Commander Lewis to your brig.
I would concur.
All right. We'll say 2 minutes after I depart, and that way you can lower the shields in your brig.
Hey guys, my phone's about to die and I'm about to eat dinner.
All right.
So I'm probably gonna pop off for about 15 minutes again. Sorry about that.
All right.
Catch you back.
So.
All right. I'll make that happen. I'll be down there to receive.
All right. Then I'll send Commander Denning.
Have them both meet me there.
Well, I'll send Commander Denning to the brig outside of the brig, and I'll have Commander Lewis inside of the brig cell.
That would make sense.
That would make very much sense. I would make sure I don't transpose those two. That would not make sense, and that would lead to some very bad problems for you, Captain.
No doubt.
Yes.
I think the car's having a bit of an effect.
Yes. Let us hope that my transporter chief has not been drinking tonight.
Well, it's one of the perks. The captain's replicator does not produce synthahol except on demand.
Ah. I shall have to remember that next time I am here. Of course, by invitation, or at least with permission.
Well, how about the next time I pass through one of the starbases, I arrange to have some genuine Kanar brought aboard?
I would greatly enjoy that. Oh, and
Let's just
you might
call it a way of expressing some gratitude for what you're doing.
Yeah. And you might also want to have some well, there's a Breen beverage. I'll send the ingredients, the formula with Commander Denning. Let's just say the Breen are gearing up for some things, and if you have a means of appeasing them, it might bode well for you.
Noted. Thank you.
Also, the Tholians, but I can't help you with that. They're just the Tholians.
Well, considering that they require a suit of power armor, so to speak, in order to survive our atmosphere.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be too worried about drinks.
No, and you all know how to deal with the Gorn.
Yeah.
I would hope. And the Romulans. Yeah. Well,
food for thought.
Very much food for thought, Captain. Just these are interesting times, and well, and the Ferengi. Well, not so much the Ferengi. Ferengi themselves are pretty good. It's just that Brasha.
Oh,
but I read some files. I see your crew's hard at work with dealing with Brasha, so that'll be good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just
why am I not surprised?
Well, I do admire your crew. They are hard workers.
That may be.
And I do have to say, Captain, if your Commander Denning ever leaves Starfleet, she would make an excellent addition to my crew.
Well, for our sake, I hope she remains with us.
Oh, I do too. She will be a great asset for you when the time comes, and she knows how to use a phaser. That is for sure.
Oh, she's proven herself in that way many times.
I know. Do you believe she can hit a moving target at 300 meters?
I believe it.
It's crazy. It's like, really? I didn't even see that there was something there, and she's hitting it. It's like, wow.
Well, we're back.
I guess that's why she's Starfleet.
Oh, we do expect the best from our officers. We encourage them and support them in that excellence.
All right. Well, Captain, until next time, and let's hope there's a next time.
Until then.
Yeah. So he taps his wristband and transports off. And
Captain to the doctor. I feel another headache coming on.
Wow,
I I leave my quarters and head to the brig.
Ah, yes, the brig. Well, let's make a roll for the Cardassian transporter chief. Shall we?
Yeah, I make sure I have my phaser at my hip just in case.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Would you like to give the transporter chief any momentum?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. 1, 3, 5.
What are we?
Sorry, what?
Are we at? What are we at?
You have 4 momentum, so you could buy 2 extra dice for him.
What is the timing with which I arrive at the brig versus when the transport is likely to occur?
You will arrive about 20 seconds before transport occurs.
Let's just let a natural roll happen.
Okay.
I'll have phaser at the ready. There's
Great.
too much prognostication supposedly going on with this Cardassian, so I'll be prepared.
Great. I'm spending threat.
Maximum stun setting.
I'm not telling you how much threat I'm spending, just I'm spending threat. Damn it.
One too few threat.
Oh, not even. Like 7 too few threat. Anyways. No, he rolled a 4 and a 7.
Oh.
So here's what happens. You get down to the brig, and you've got your phaser.
Mm-hmm.
Phaser out. Where are you? So where are you? Are you in the brig? Are you outside the brig?
Well, I'm going to enter the brig, and the layout of this one, I don't know. Shall we say that there's an even number of cells on either side, to the left and the right, with a security officer station just to one side of the door,
so
both the cells and the door.
Yeah, so I was thinking, kind of like a cargo bay. You walk in, you have a main door.
Well, I imagine the brig wouldn't be too large on a science vessel.
No, you probably have like I'm gonna say, I actually think, yeah, you probably have 6 cells, if that.
3 on either side.
3 on either side. Actually, it's probably 2. It's probably 3 on one side, 2 on the other side, 1 at the very end, and then the tactical or the security station on the side that only has 2 cells.
That makes sense.
Something like that.
Sure.
So you walk in, doors seal. Where would you like to be?
The side opposite the security officer. So
okay.
Not a crossfire potential.
Okay.
Like cover.
Do you say anything to the security officer?
As soon as I walk in, prepare to receive a prisoner and an officer.
Okay. He nods. Actually, she nods.
Yeah. And then inform who the prisoner is and who the officer is, so that they know who's the unfriendly and friendly.
Okay.
Just in case there will be some confusion.
She's well familiar with her former chief of security.
Yep.
So she goes, okay,
one thing, is it too late to ask for backup?
You can call for backup, but at this point they're going to be a little slow to get there. I'm going to say if you end up
crew members can I roll to see if there were any crew members in the hull on my way to the brig that I could essentially deputize on the way just to bring with me?
Sure. Sure.
Just roll to see if there was anyone of qualification that I encountered along the way.
Nope.
All right, I had to try.
Nope. You didn't roll complications, but boy, you came close.
Okay, good. Mind you, complications are fun.
I'm well aware.
Yeah, out of
but
character,
nope.
I root for them. Okay.
In GM character, I root for them too.
Yes.
But the answer is no. So you can call for a security detail to the brig, and they're going to be there pretty quickly because it's the brig. But it's just going to take it takes them about a minute to get there, and this transport's happening in about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So they're going to be about 45 seconds now. So here's what's happened at this point. You see two transporter beams, and they are both inside the same cell.
Oh.
So you have the advantage of seeing the two transporter beams. And
one's which?
You can see that there's two transporter beams into the same cell right now.
Can I determine which beam is which person?
No.
All right.
Actually, hold on. I will give you a roll for that.
All right.
But it's going to be a insight engineering difficulty 4. So I'm giving you a chance.
All right.
It's just not a good chance.
So that's 14.
Yep.
And that's 2 dice base. I'll just get one more die.
Okay.
Five, 10, 17.
So, no. The answer is no. You cannot tell which one's which.
Okay, I want to set my phaser to wide dispersion, like stun spread, basically. Tell the security officer to lower the field, and I try to stun them both as soon as they materialize.
Okay. I will give you that. So we are now in combat.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead, take a shot. That is so that's your quick action is to set to a wide field.
Yep.
And then your main action is to fire.
At stun setting.
Yeah. So that's going to be a control security roll. And
all right, so that's a whopping 10.
And it's going to be difficulty 3 because you're trying to time it right when they materialize.
Mm-hmm.
Or shortly thereafter.
Shortly thereafter. I don't imagine that would be too difficult.
But you're trying to do it not before they materialize and not far too long afterwards.
True.
So.
All right.
Because
so one momentum so far, so there's 4 left.
There are 3 left.
Oh yeah, because I spent one before that.
Yeah.
Because there was only 4. That's right.
Yeah.
So there's 3 now. I'll take the 2 dice. So I'll spend the rest of the moment.
Okay.
Grab. All right, let's go with 2 there. 1, 7, 18, 20.
20! So 1-7, so that's 3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
But 20 is my complication.
Yep.
How do I weave this so you both succeed and complicate matters? Okay. Give me. You're gonna have to do a damage roll first. So that's going to be. It's 2 dice plus the rating of the phaser.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do type 2 phasers are? 3 dice? Yeah. So roll 5d6.
Okay. And this is stun setting, so.
This is stun. Yeah. No, if it was lethal, we'd have different issues.
Okay, so 2, 3, 5, 6, 6.
2, 5, 6, 6. Well, that's fun. That's very fun. Okay. Okay, so you can use the effects as knockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Which will work. But I'm going to spend threat to not be knocked down with Commander Lewis. So she'll still take the damage, but she's gonna stand back up.
Okay. Do I have an opportunity to call out for something or tap my com badge?
Sure, I'll give you that as like a free action.
Doctor to the brig immediately.
On my way, sir. All right.
I should have had him meet me there to begin with. Darn it.
Yeah, probably. But all right. Your complication is that Commander Lewis is able to reach into Tess's is able to grab the phaser from Tess's pocket.
How close am I at that point?
You are you're roughly 20 feet apart.
Not close enough.
Yeah.
What's Tessa's current state? Does she look conscious, able, anything?
She's conscious. She's taken aback by all of this. I mean, she did just take a phaser stun. But she's tough. She actually is I gotta see what exactly that does.
I'll determine what I say next.
Yes, because she's resolute, she's a lot harder to get knocked down than anything. So she is she's conscious, but she's not totally there. She does not look like she's 100% at the ready here.
What's her physical position relative to Lewis?
She's on a knee, and they're fairly close to each other. They're about 2 feet apart.
Okay, I yell out, "Test takedown."
try to push through her, just give her some simple command and hope she'll just instinctually muscle memory react.
Okay.
She's
I
trained.
will-
Hopefully it'll kick in.
Yes. It may have. It probably got through, but Commander Lewis has the initiative here.
Okay.
So she has the phaser, grabs it, and points it at you.
All right. Given where I am, that kind of distance, I can drop and roll to the side, and given the
No,
the
you
wall
don't have time to do any of that.
No. Okay.
You've done your thing
All right.
in combat. You've done your action. So, and she says it's quite.
Would have disoriented them just at least long enough to push it to the next action round.
Not with her. Not with her resisting.
Yeah, but having someone being knocked down to the feet and having to get back up again, that's time.
I've spent a lot more threat than that for her to be able to act.
So then she wouldn't have even gone down to a knee. She would have just been on her feet the whole time then.
Right. She never went down.
Okay, my understanding from what I heard you say is that got back up again. I thought that's
what she resisted. She resisted going down.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. If anything, she kind of went down, grabbed Tess's phaser.
Mm-hmm.
So that was her minor action, was to grab the phaser, and now she's pointing it at you.
But would not my preemptive action, wouldn't that have been a separate action round in the first place? Or are you saying this is a new one and Lewis has initiative? Because that would make more sense.
This is a new one, and now she's got the jump on you because you don't expect her to have a phaser.
Okay, that makes sense.
She was a prisoner. Yeah, she was a prisoner. She wasn't supposed to have a phaser. This is taking you back.
All right.
All right, Captain, it's very simple. I've got you. Let me walk out of here. Give me a shuttlecraft, and we're all good.
Regular Nausicaan standoff, huh?
I see you don't want to play ball. All right. Have it your way. All right. Oh, that's bad news for you, Captain. She does 6 damage to you, or inflicts 6 stress on you.
Can we roll to see what the phaser was set for?
Oh, the phaser was set on heavy stun.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, most characters have. Well, you have stress points equal to your fitness plus security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so you have.
I had some extra due to something, but
probably.
It's only like 2 more or something. I think because I seem to recall it was at like 14 or something or other. Okay, so I've taken 6.
12, 15, 17.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Is that what the 17 is?
Well, it's fitness plus security. Do you have... What? Do you have... Oh, you have... No, you don't have resolute. It might be joined. Is joined giving you more? No.
Well, there's another column here that has 17 in it, where everybody else has like 16 or 13. So I thought maybe that was it.
No, that's the total of points.
Oh, okay. That's just math. Gotcha.
Yeah, so
I believe it
you've
was
got
14.
12.
Okay.
How is she spending her effects? Yeah, she's vicious. So you don't take 6, you take you take you take 8. Making you take 8.
All right.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong dice. No, you take 6. Sorry, I was looking at an old roll from somebody else.
Uh-huh.
No, she rolled she rolled 1 1 2 2 and then junk. So yeah. She got no effects. But 2 1s and 2 2s do damage. So, okay. Now she's acted. It's your action or Tess's action. You guys choose.
What about the security officer as well?
And him. Her.
Right.
Her. Yeah.
Well, she's closest to him, so why don't we see what she's capable of first?
Okay. So she goes for a leg sweep. Just trying to get the commander down.
Yeah.
And that will be we're going to say a fitness security roll. Yeah, that's successful.
Yeah.
Let's see. Unarmed strike is 1 plus your challenge rating. So okay. Test don't need no effects. She rolls 3 2s. She rolled 3 2s and 3 3s. or 4s. 3 2s and 3 blanks.
Right.
That's gonna knock her down. Actually, hold on.
Does she or does she not drop the phaser?
Oh wait, no. It can't knock her down. She rolled no effects.
Oh, okay.
It hurts. Her leg hurts. This has definitely injured her leg, probably her knee in some way.
Yeah,
or
to
ankle.
Absorb that, there's going to be some damage there.
Yeah, I mean, she took a leg sweep to her left leg, and apparently she's still standing. A little gimpy, but she's still standing.
All right, so do I have the ability to change the setting on the phaser back to normal fire, like single target?
Yes. In fact, that's yeah. I believe that's free. Yeah, because that's part of the ability of a Type 2 phaser. So, yes.
All right. I know I can do it. It's in this situation, can I do it with what the timing I've got? That's
yeah.
Yep. All right. Aim for the leg.
Okay.
Or the hip, so it can spread, but still. Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's still attack the same.
Oh, that's vicious. That's just mean. I like it, but that's mean.
Let's do it.
All right. So that's again going to be your control security.
That's a whopping 10.
Hey, nobody ever said you were good in combat.
I have to be more than adequate in order to be a captain, though.
Yeah.
So, and I've only got one momentum left, right?
None.
Oh, none?
None.
Oh, right, yeah, because it's 3, 1 and
Yep.
2. Gotcha. All right, rolling 2. 3 and 19.
Ooh. So you graze her pant leg and miss. Sorry.
Yeah, security.
Yeah, now the security officer.
Yep.
Would you like her to do the same thing? Well, not the grazing the pant leg, but shooting for the hip. I'm sure she could replicate the shot, but
she's probably trained to go for the torso. So
okay, straight into the gut,
chest.
Okay,
Yep.
Center mass.
Yep, exactly. So without direction, she would likely go for that.
Okay. I think she missed.
What happened?
Well, she didn't roll a complication, but she didn't roll 2 successes.
Okay.
All right. The good news is, though, this is a new round.
Mm-hmm.
So one of you gets to act first, and then it'll be the commander's turn.
Right. So, have I closed the gap much?
Were you trying to close the gap?
Yeah.
Because you hadn't told me you were trying to close the gap.
Well, too many things going on. I guess since I haven't said anything, I haven't tried yet. Oh well.
Okay.
That's all.
Oh, by the way, the security details showed up now.
Cool.
They're outside. They're outside the brig. By the way, they have not entered.
Right. Yeah, it'll take another round before they can get in.
Yes, but they're outside. You can hear the security lieutenant getting the comm signal from that, asking if it's clear to enter.
Right.
Not necessarily clear, but if you want them to enter.
Mm.
And all she has to do, basically, it's if she doesn't respond, they will enter.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna go right to my action. Let the security guard do her job. I'm gonna drop to one knee, place one hand underneath my other, and try to hit her more accurately.
Okay, so you're taking the shot.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. So you're aiming. So aim lets you re-roll a d20.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to re-roll that 20. The other one's a 3. 3 and a 12.
I think you have a hand phasers focus. So that means your security is only 2. So it's not a crit.
Yeah.
So you've got 1 success.
Oh, jeez.
You shave off a little more of that pant leg. Are you trying to hit her or trying to undress her?
I'm going.
Look, I've seen this anime. It doesn't end well.
I'm trying to get her modesty to kick in.
Right now, she's a fugitive fighting for her life. I don't think that's of importance to her. Hold on. Let me roll for it. Wait, actually, nope, it's not. You see her briefly, like, start to move a hand towards her leg, and then she reaches it back up. All right. She takes the phaser and points it at the security guard and takes a shot. And takes a shot.
Just remember, they don't wear red shirts in this generation. They don't wear red shirts. They don't wear red shirts.
Da, 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 da. That's going to do 6 stress to the security officer, which also gives them, I believe, an injury. Yes, because that's 5 or more damage. Oh, yeah, didn't I? Yeah, you took 5 or more damage, didn't you, Captain?
Yeah, but you didn't cover anything.
Oh, yeah, you should have an injury, too.
From a stun, though?
Yeah, if you take 5 or more damage from a single attack, you suffer an injury. The phasers burn.
It's very stressful.
Stuns don't usually burn, not unless they're like point blank. That's been established.
Okay, you were stunned.
Maybe your arm's numb or your hand's numb.
Well, that's why you're missing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going for flavor. I'm not arguing the result.
Yeah. Okay. So the security guard takes 6, and her shoulder is now. She's got a mild burn on her shoulder, which is going to make it more difficult for her to fire her weapon. Because I'm a jerk.
All right, so Tess is up next, I guess.
Sure, if you want Tess to be up next, Tess can be up next.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been the only one doing.
It puts her at the bottom of the initiative list.
Okay. So Tess, you want Tess to do another leg sweep?
It's on her. So I think that she's done that. She's still on kind of. She's not standing up, is she?
She hasn't stood up yet.
So how'd she do? Oh yeah, I guess she did. Maybe a directed punch at the where she hit last time.
Oh, okay. I like that. Let's go for the punch.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be well, it's going to be a control security roll. That'll be 14. That's not 14. With the injury, easier to hit. Yep. Okay, that works. She hits. And then that's going to be dice. Lots of dice to the area to injure her. Wow, Tess does not like rolling effects. All right, well, she's done some more damage. And now it's the security guard's turn.
How much damage has Lewis received?
A fair bit.
What about injuries and such?
Anything? It's from a single attack injuries.
Yeah.
So she took the injury from Tess's leg sweep.
Right.
But she hasn't taken any other injuries.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Right. Because no other single attack's been like super. All right. So now the security guard's going to go. Okay. Even with a more difficult shot, she's still hit.
Good.
Yep. Okay. Okay, that's going to put her down. I'm just going to take a picture of that roll. just so everybody sees it. Nick, I'll send that to you on Facebook right now because I think you'll appreciate it. Okay, so with that shot to center mass, Commander Lewis just recoils against the cell wall and slumps to the ground, holding at her leg, and drops the phaser.
Mm-hmm.
Tess kind of gets up and walks out of the cell, emphatically hits a button on the cell, and the force field goes up on the cell. And she hits her comm badge and goes, security, we're all good here. Captain, good to see you.
Welcome home. Sorry about that. I had to be sure.
You know, I don't blame you. Nice work cutting her pant leg off, though. That was some fine shooting.
You could say it was custom tailored for the situation.
Well said. Well said, Captain. Well said.
Glad you're all right.
Nothing like a little, a welcome committee.
You deserve no less.
Hey, Jenkins, how's the shoulder doing? Yeah, you should probably go see Dr. Gill.
Gill should have appeared by now.
Well, he's outside with the rest of the security team.
When I said immediately, like the doctor, like come in, because it's like the everywhere holodeck sort of thing. I would have. That was what my intention was.
Oh, okay, fine.
He wouldn't have had his equipment
though.
He wouldn't have had his equipment with him though.
I
thought about that. He could.
It's in the brig.
That's true.
There's at least a med kit in the brig.
One of the reasons why I wanted that to happen was also for a distraction. The doctor appearing in the brig.
Okay. Well, now he appears.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I should be clear as to what I was expecting.
Better late than never, Captain.
Still glad you're here, Doc. Take a look at Jenkins over there first. Please.
Will do. I say, Captain, I get no respect. Get no respect. Captain, we got a lot to talk about.
Indeed, we do. You need time to shake this off, or you want to get right to it?
Well, if I was Tawny, I would ignore the doctor with everything in my being, so I should probably let him give me the once over.
Well, so let's all head to sick bay. Let our reinforcements take over for Jenkins and keep an eye on our prisoner, and then we can get to talking as soon as we get the A-OK from the doc.
Fair enough, Captain. If it's all the same to you, let's save the debriefing for your ready room.
That was my intention. What I meant is that we get the okay from the doc and then we go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward to the ready room.
Okay.
All right, Captain. Actually, computer initiate protocol Denning 2. That is the soundproof, static electricity, anti-bug.
Right.
The do not disturb and the if there's anything monitoring in this room, it's not doing it now.
The cone of silence.
It's what I was thinking.
Essentially, the cone of silence that actually works.
Yeah, so people on the bridge hear a shunk noise around, coming from where the captain's ready room door is, and just see it's actually sealing, like some added mechanical effect, locking it down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going, whoa, this must be important. So hopefully whoever's on tactical security on the bridge is heightened awareness and just like, oh, what's going on?
That's cost, Devin.
Right. Didn't know what shift it would be, so.
Well, actually, this is now night shift.
This would be gamma shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually probably not costs.
Right.
I don't know. We haven't named all of the reserves yet. We'll get there. Anyways, Captain, I'm assuming he debriefed you to a fair extent. It's bad out there.
How bad?
Tal Shiar bad.
Well, don't spare the spare ribs. What do you got for me?
Obsidian Order. Collusion.
Mm-hmm. Goran hegemony.
I think the Romulans are looking to form alliances. They're calling themselves the Typhon Pact. Loosely, unofficially.
Gave me a hint of what you're alluding to. Does not bode well for the Federation.
It's worse than that. I saw people that should be dead.
That was a hell of a dramatic pause.
Yeah, this is where we zoom in on the captain and cut to commercial.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dead?
It means one of two things. They fake their deaths. Actually, one of three things. Fake deaths, resurrections, or changelings.
I would find the changeling option less likely, given that they would more likely take the form of someone that is more known to be alive. Unless, of course, they're going for shock value. Someone who could potentially, believably, be back due to unconfirmed demise, MIA and such.
I saw a few of those too.
This is most disconcerting. Have you had a chance to talk to Shelby yet?
No.
Well, once we're done here, that should be our next priority. In fact, any objection to bringing her in on this now?
Yes.
Oh.
I saw her there too.
What?
I don't know if it's the real her or a copy of her.
Well, our mutual friend did speak of potential betrayal. And if it's a changeling or some other form of duplicate, that would certainly put the real Shelby in the clear, but that does not make our task any easier.
Captain, everything I know about the Admiral we left on Starbase Bravo, that was my Shelby. The Shelby I've known since the days on the Enterprise D.
Well, can we take a look at the computer records with the known location timeline of Admiral Shelby compared with where you encountered this other Shelby and see if it's possible that the real Shelby could have been there at that time?
We can. I was going to ask if you or anyone else had tabs on her while I was gone. All we heard
Public
was
record
that,
is the first place to look.
yeah, all we knew was that this man, this Cardassian, said that he had orders from Shelby. Never said which Shelby.
True.
We had no reason to doubt him. Did anyone ever verify those orders? I mean, I was taken. I didn't have much say in the matter.
Well, I can say that I spoke with a Shelby, and I was told to go along with this.
I don't like it, Captain.
Nor I.
Something's fishy.
For the time being, I think we need to keep this between us. Until we know more, only widening our circle as necessary.
How were things while I was gone? I've heard rumblings of Q.
A mischievous imp. Yeah, nothing we couldn't handle, but certainly an exciting run.
Would you object to me debriefing those who interacted with him? Get their side of the story for my own ears?
It is your right. By all means, do so.
When it doesn't feel right, my tactical training kicks in.
Mm-hmm. Well, we not only have to put the ship as our primary concern, but also the Federation and the galaxy, potentially. There's a lot on our shoulders right now, so we're just going to have to take things one step at a time, deal with what's immediately in front of us, and keep taking these steps forward.
Recommend we run dark unless we have to. Contact Starfleet.
Agreed.
The more isolated we are, the easier it is for us to control circumstances.
Recommendation on what we tell the crew to explain this silent running?
Orders from Starfleet. Secret mission.
So.
They know we've interacted with Q. They know I was gone.
Yeah.
It makes enough sense that we're at least on a secret mission.
Yes. Given circumstances, that makes sense.
What's worse is that friend may be foe and foe may be friend.
Indeed.
Or at least friend is foe. Could be that everyone's against us.
Well, let's start with ourselves. Let's test each other just for our own peace of mind. Make sure we're not changelings under undue influence, that sort of thing.
Okay. I'll start with the doctor. We know he's not a changeling.
That's a given.
At least he.
But specifically, I meant you and I.
Well,
To ensure
yes.
we can trust each other. And make an excuse, given our recent situation, that all on board are secretly tested.
No. Have the doctor carry out medical exams.
Exactly. We need to make sure that everyone on board is someone that we can place our faith in.
Mm-hmm. And if not, well, I'm sure Commander Lewis would love company.
What can you tell me about Lewis and what you've discovered while away?
She's not all that talkative. She kept saying she did it to warn people of what was coming. I'm not so sure she's 100% bad.
We all have our motivations.
She's a traitor, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She sold out the Federation.
The road to hell paved with good intentions, you say?
Yeah. That's at least a part of it. But she may be somebody we need if situation arises.
You're not suggesting remove her from the playing field, are you?
No, I'm suggesting we may need her as a part of our crew.
Thank you for clarifying.
But she may also be very useful bait.
Well, if we're going to direct it in that way, we're going to have to carefully manipulate the situation so that it's not only believable, workable, but that we can still keep a lead on this, as well as a lid.
Well, I believe that outside of this room, 2 other people know what happened in that brig. Jenkins will fall in line.
Yeah.
All right, well, to sickbay with us. No sense in delaying things.
Indeed. Thank you for your report, Commander. Again, it's good to have you home.
It's good to be home.
Their circumstances.
You and me both, Captain. You and me both.
I suggest that we meet at least once a day to discuss what transpires and just keep each other up to date.
Agreed.
So, 1900, my quarters.
She nods.
Shall we?
After you, sir.
You have to disengage the lockout.
Oh. Computer, deactivate Denning 2.
And head out.
I'm a little out of practice, Captain. All right. So.
There are going to be so many rumors about those two.
Are they dating?
That will be the first, yeah.
Why does the captain constantly need a cleaning crew in his ready room?
Oh, come on.
Hey,
It's because he keeps spilling chocolate cake, okay? Come on, guys.
hey, I've got the Zorg bots to take care of that.
Yes.
Little destruction, disorder, and chaos.
So this has all still happened the night after all the research, all the...
Yep.
No one got sleep.
And out of
No.
this whole
Oh, he-
rumors of the captain and first officer, if anything, will only help to distract and obfuscate.
Actually, at
Keep
this
going.
point... Sorry, keep going.
No, I'm good.
Yorn's completely asleep, oblivious to everything that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Zip's still in the engineering office.
Well, if we're late into gamma shift,
nobody knows that the commander's back at this point. But I mean,
Right.
like nightly meetings going forward.
yeah, Zip's not playing an all-nighter. I'll be in my quarters, If like Nick said, we're in gamma shift, I'm not awake still.
So the
Well,
only people that know that she's back are the people that have seen her en route to and from the brig, sick bay, the bridge, and back to sick bay so far.
and you may not have actually come in the bridge. You may have come in the back entrance to the ready room.
The private turbo lift, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes a lot more sense given the secret nature of everything.
And the surprise at the lockdown on the ready room.
Yeah.
I like it.
The whole bridge crew just kind of go, wait, what?
What just happened there?
Well, the captain needed the ready room, I guess.
Do I smell patchouli? What the?
The crazy thing would be if the captain just went in there to watch a baseball game.
Hockey.
He's a hockey match. All right. Well, I feel like that's as good of a place to end it as any. Not because it's happy or anything, but because if we start anything new, it's going to be another half hour.
Yeah.
Easily.
So, may I suggest asking everyone, is there anything else anyone wants to resolve before we call it? Or address? In character or out of character?
There's something that the three of us from last time need to address when Craig's back, so we can sort of rewind or fit it in somehow into the timeline. But
sure,
we can talk about that offline. But yeah, right now we're good.
All right. Anyone else?
And actually, your captain should know about that, so this will be a nice conversation to have as soon as we hit stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, all right. On that note, thank you all for watching. This was that was my mic moving. This was fun and took a direction I didn't necessarily foresee. And I ran out of threat a little bit ago, so really glad I didn't have anything else to do. And that's the way I like running these things, is we end the day with no momentum and no threat. So that's
good deal.
I had to keep a lot around. Oh, by the way, that picture I took a lot, or the roll I took a picture of was a 1, a 1, a 2, a 2, a 2, and a 5.
Cool.
So that was 8 plus, 9 plus an effect. So that was a crazy roll. So on that note, we're out. Thank you. And we'll see you on the 16th of March.
Have fun.
All right. Good night, everybody.